Hello everyone, let's continue with the discussion on public administration mains 2025 paper. We had previously briefly discussed paper 1 and now we will discuss paper 2 in a brief manner. We will also have a detailed discussion of both the papers very soon. So yes, for public administration the tide has turned. The tide has turned from the where? From the previous trend of the past 3 years. The new trend has come. The trend is exactly not new. If you look at the previous papers, that is from 2013 to 2015 era, this kind of papers have been asked. So it's rather continuation of the cyclical pattern of the UPSC with respect to public administration. So yes, papers were a bit different, especially paper 1. Paper 2, you can say more moderate level, not that difficult, but difficulty etc. It's all relative, and it's that things doesn't play major role in UPSC. We all know exam is very relative. Your performance will depend upon the relative performance of the other candidates. And good thing UPSC has done that it has scaled all the optionals. Now every option is as good as your prep is and as bad as how bad your prep is. So let's continue with the discussion. See, in paper 2, few aspects you should keep in mind. First, interpret the question rightly. Check which part of the syllabus the question is referring and write accordingly. And don't fall for the temptation of writing GS2 type answers in public administration paper 2. That is a very vital mistake. If you make, UPSC punishes it very badly, because we all know public administration had to fight a lot for disciplinary recognition. Even today, it's questionable disciplinary. What is the disciplinary status of public administration? So, you must have studied evolution of public administration. Public administration is public administration. Public administration is not GS2. So, this and the other aspect, try to link paper 1 with the theoretical concepts and thinkers of paper 2, paper 2 with paper 1. And of course, try to open up current dimensions. So if you click all these boxes, you can score well in paper 2 of public administration. So let's discuss bit by bit. So question 1A, that is the compulsory question. Yes, of course, the paper was set in such a way that UPSC has selected the optional questions for you. So some optional questions were difficult, so it's easily you can eliminate it. So it reduces that confusion which optional questions you have to attempt. Yes, you have to attempt 3 optional questions in the entire paper. Minimum 1 from each section, and at most 2 from each section. That is question 2, 3, 4, and question 6, 7, and 8. So let's discuss now. So question 1A, Arthashastra. That is, question 1A is always most of the times revolves around the first chapter, evolution of public administration. Most of the times Arthashastra or Mughal administration. In the British legacy, they ask in the lower half of the paper in most of the times. So Arthashastra of Kautilya means the science of economics of livelihood of the people, and comment. So comment. Other aspect you also you have to write, but majority you have to write on the science of economics of livelihood. Most of the times we have studied about the statecraft and the politics, but it's clearly asking of the economics. So very much writable question. You can write about the how there should be a welfareistic king, Yogashima, so that basic needs of the people are met. There should be the land should be prosperous. There should be kosha whatever acquired should be legitimately acquired. You can relate with the Saptanga theory, that is even danda. If there is peace and security, then there will be economics of livelihood. And in terms of tragedy, how the king should act as a father, helping specifically the vulnerable section. Content is there, no issue must be, no much problem should be there in writing this question. You can comment. So it is not only science of economics, but is also a statecraft, Arthashastra. So that way you can write, and you can also relate with the present Indian context. No issues, welfare nature of the state, so many welfare schemes are there, etc. So not much problem here. Now question 1B, very interesting. Trace the reasons for limited effectiveness of Niti Aayog. Yes, Niti Aayog completed 10 years. So expected every other year Niti Aayog comes, and here see UPSC itself has given a judgment. It's saying limited effectiveness. Trace the reason for limited effectiveness of Niti Aayog. So directly UPSC is saying Niti Aayog is limited effectiveness. So not much problem in writing. Content is there. Make some innovation as well. You can relate with how cooperative federalism was one of the pillars of Niti Aayog. So you can connect with the linking pin model as well. So that way interlinkage is there. Current connotation is also there. So yes, nice question. Good. Very much doable. So yes. So now let's move to question 1C. Highlight the constitutional provisions and judicial interventions to promote gender equality. It's saying gender equality, not just woman equality. So NALSA judgment, then constitutional 14-15 articles, Nari Shakti Bill, Saira Bano case, many cases are there. It may appear from GS2, but relate with the gender perspectives in public administration. Okay, that angle dimension you open up, so that the answer is public administration specific. Okay, so yes, very much doable, not much issue. Question 1D. In contemporary times, district collectors should prioritize teamwork or hierarchical structure. Yes, very much doable. Contemporary times it talk about. So relate with the digital revolution, need for innovation, open structure, open organization. So you can relate with the systems theory as well. So lot of linkages, even matrix organization, it's saying hierarchical to teamwork. So hierarchy, Weberian bureaucracy becomes irrelevant in this chaotic situation. Even the Prime Minister's speech on Civil Services Day talks about civil servants being facilitative of growth, holistic development. So that way you can relate. So similar, not much problem in writing. So linkage with paper 1 is also there, and even current affairs you can link. Some initiatives which have happened at the district collector level, how some offices are digitized, etc. CP grams, you relate, etc. So because so you can write that many other institutional structures are there at the district level. So teamwork, innovation, participative management, etc. Many things to write. Yes, the problem happens, many things to write, and question is of 10 marks or 20 marks. Okay. So let's move further. Question number 1E. Examine the significance of field organization in enhancing policy implementation projects like MG Narega and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So field level organization examine. So you have to bring about relevance of the headquarter level organization as well. So in the lower paragraph you can write that policy formulation should also be very precise, rational. So but majorly you have to write about the field level organization and connect with MG Narega and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Many things were in news also with respect to MG Narega, how the corruption is happening despite of NMMS, that is National Mobile Monitoring System, and Swachh Bharat Mission, geotagging, etc. Bus headquarter field relation that you can open up. So yes, even many thinkers you can relate, having yes, matrix organization or linking pin model can be related between the headquarters and field. That way very much doable. Question 1 we can say pretty much writable, no issue here, no issue with linking with paper 1, no issue with linking with current affairs, and no issue writing public administration specific, not GS2. Okay, so pretty much doable. If this checkbox are clicked, you can expect good marks. Okay, so now let's move to the optional questions. Yes, question 2. Colonial legacy. So for chapter number 1, British legacy, but it is also connected with this many things. So the colonial legacy is responsible for many administrative problems in independent India, as a role of company agents, traders evolved to magistrate, governance and civil servant. So basically it is saying that the colonial structure is but today has been extended. The agents were corrupt, etc. How regulating act was brought to reduce corruption. So from there you can start and relate with the similar things where these offices have been continued in terms of colonial legacy. So bureaucratic attitude, not democratic attitude. We have democracy, but the bureaucracy is British colonial exploitation. Lot of examples are there which keeps on coming in news and relate each of the variables. You will be fine with this. So yes, pretty much doable question. Lot of innovation can also come. You can write about reforms as well, and other side also it's not necessary colonial legacy is going on. Reforms have happened. You can relate with the Bharat Nyaya Sanhita, BNS reforms. Home Minister had made a lot of statement about how it's reforming. We have also conducted a session relating this with BNS with the theories of public administration. It's there on our social media, you can check. So this way, linking of paper 1, paper 2 and current affairs, very much doable question. And yes, this can be written well. So let's move to question 2b. Despite division of subjects, the union government contributes towards subjects in the state and concurrent lists. Discuss pros and cons in light of fiscal federalism. So you have to write in terms of fiscal federalism question. After many years, I guess, mostly they were focusing on union, state, local, state and local relation. Now union and state, but you can also open up the how it has a repercussion with the local government also. So many things were used. You can relate with GST, how GST has taken the fiscal powers of this in the state and concurrent subject. You can write how cesses and surcharges are been used for just for the division of the subject. So many things were in use also. So no problem in linking with current affairs in the linking with thinkers and theories can also happen. It's more of to remove the friction in fiscal federalism. GST can act as a many other forums can be established, or you can further GST reforms, etc. Then it will help in integrating of differences, and then you can connect with the local bodies also in the end. So you open up a lot of dimensions in this question. So yes, pretty much doable. So here's a continuation of the question. If one question was not enough, another question on federalism. Now it's asking about cooperative federalism. So in the overall space, executive, legislative, and yes, of course, administrative and fiscal, divergent political interest and financial constraints had hindered the spirit of cooperative federalism. Yes, many things can write, governor, etc., divergent political interests, whatever things are happening. Cooperative federalism, you can write first with Niti Aayog, cooperative federalism, even some statements by the Prime Minister made on the cooperative federalism. Then you give solution, what can be done, interstate council can be strengthened, etc. and relate with paper 1 as well. Yes, integration of differences, linking pin model, matrix organization. Okay, that way you can write. So specifically for paper for public administration, you will be writing. So yes, question number 2, pretty much attemptable. You ought to, you could have attempted or should have attempted, but it's not that everyone will be thinking or have the same knowledge as everyone. Exam is relative, every aspirant is different. So if you have not attempted, don't worry. Hopefully you have attempted other questions. So, but ideally, this is pretty much writable. All the check boxes are ticked, as we discussed earlier. Linking with paper 1, current affairs, not writing GS2 type, and linking, understanding the question, relating with the slides. This is from state government chapter. Union state relations is explicitly mentioned. Also, a lot of enrichment can be done. Second ARC recommendation and then Punchi Commission recommendations. So yes, pretty much doable. Let's move further to the question number 3. While the Constitution offers a strong framework for decentralization and accountable governance, Real test lies how institutions, civil society, and citizens uphold the practice. So implicitly, it's pointing towards constitutionalism and constitutional morality. So constitution, you write framework for decentralized and accountable governance. So you can read 73rd, 74 account amendment accountability by various accountability institutions are there, so that you can mention within the constitution. And then but real test, you can write how this is not totally been effective. So then you open up the role of importance of role of institutions, civil society, and citizens to uphold constitutional values. In examine, you can also write how ARC2 has recommended a local ombudsman at district level for grievance redressal and constitutional morality. Many things can be written up. Yes, pretty much doable. Linking with current affairs is also there, and yes, paper one also you can link it holistically. So no issue in writing this. Okay, so and yes, of course, you won't be making a mistake of writing as if it's GS2. So constitutionalism, constitutional moralities, constitutionalism is explicitly mentioned in your syllabus. Even political culture you can relate with. You need participative political culture, not subject-oriented political culture. So let's move to question number 3B. Liberalization of Indian economy has forced public enterprises to enhance their efficiency, but effects for reforms have been topic of debate. Yes, every other year, similar question is repeated. Effect of LPG and public sector undertakings. So yes, simple statement, simple question to write. No problems in understanding. You have to write that many efficiency measures were taken, many things were brought in public enterprises, but though they have been reformed, but it's a topic of debate. They have not matched the efficiency of that private sector companies. So internal reforms you can recommend, bureaucratic structure, skill, etc. You can have a democratic structure, matrix type organization. Many things are to write, and also you can give global examples where this has been successful. Singapore Airlines, many Aramco of Saudi Arabia. Many things are there to write. A lot of things PSUs were also in news. So yes, pretty much doable. No issue with this. Question 3 is writable, 3B is writable. Next, let's move to 3C. Center administrative relations are matter of debate. That is a constitutional provision created as strong. Yes. If 2 questions on federalism were not enough, now one more question on federalism. Seems 3 questions in federalism, 20, 20, 10, around 50 marks on federalism. So not much problem. Directly from your syllabus, MM Punchika Commission talks in detail about administrative center-state relations. So many things to write. The matter of debate has also. So all India services also you can relate. Many states are against all India services. They say we want to abolish it. They do not understand the regional sentiment, the sentiments of the state, etc. Many things to write. CBI, ED, that can also you can relate. So current affairs, no problem, etc. Even you can specifically write public administration and even relate with paper 1 as well. Okay. So yes, question 3. So question 3 is attemptable. Question 2 is 2 attemptable. So this can be a choice of the 2 questions in section A. Let's look at the question 4. How it is. Experience of various states suggests that reorganization of districts was prompted more by politico-populist convenience rather than ease of administration. Yes, things were in news in the end of 2024 when the government changed in Rajasthan. Few districts were organized. Even there is a group of ministers have been constituted in Andhra Pradesh to again reorganize. So yes, I will say it's difficult to write if you know specifically about those examples, why it is happening. It's more of political. That is most of the times when government changes, they rearrange the district because they need to have people divided in such a way, that is the geographical division, so that their party in power gets the major chunk of the vote. So that way, so that lines you have to write, but If you have the specific things you know, but it's difficult to write for 20 marks, yes, it's a bit skippable. So it's better to skip all this question unless and until you have many things to write. If you know about those, maybe you're from that state and you have observed things, so well and good, you can write. It is asking by various state, not just one state. That is also you need to keep in mind. So I will recommend, hopefully this is many of you have not written. If you have written, well and good, no issues now. So but I'll say put it as skippable. So let's question to 4b. Lack of clear demarcation of roles between state secretariat and directorate has various implications for policy making and implementation. Examine, yes, very much straightforward question directly from your syllabus. State secretariat and directorate, many things to write. Then and you can also relate with the current affairs. Specific state examples you can do even related with paper 1. So this is pretty much writable. Now let's come to question 4c. Decentralized planning in India signifies shift towards a context sensitive development, but inadequate resources, local politics complicate the realization of social justice goals, right, from the context of social justice. Decentralized planning, the district planning committees, MPCs, that you have to write. How Niti Aayog also promotes, have broken the planning in fragments, but DPC, etc., you ought to be writing. Inadequate resources, local politics. Yes, easy to write, but the problem in question 4 is question 4. So it's better you skip this. Already 2 you can write question 2 and question 3 in the section A. So ideally you can pick those questions. So one more question you ought to be right. It to be right in the optional questions from section B. So let's see the section B. Lower cyber awareness among officials is causing cyber security issues in administration. So basically, yes, it's related to the law and order chapter or even significant issues in Indian administration. So that way, talking about cyber awareness, there are always some other things are in news with respect to cyber crime, cyber awareness. So pretty much writable question. But make an effort not to write in GS3 or GS2. So yes, pretty much doable, no issues in content, etc. Now question 5b seems to be picked up from Lakshmikant. The glutonine hastens the budgetary process to meet timeline. Evaluate the procedure. Yes, not much problem in understanding writing this question, not much issue with content, but try to relate with the budget of this fiscal year, so that you can give some current affairs connotation as well. That way you can write not just Lakshmikant but also this and connect with the financial management chapter of paper 2. Even try to connect with paper 1 as well, financial administration. So that will ensure that you are not writing only polity, but you are writing public administration. Okay, so let's move to the question 5. New localism, urban local bodies plays a crucial role in empowering local actors. So local actors are not just is not just the municipal corporation. Other actors are also there, civil society, then the contract based workers, etc. In cities there are contract based workers, so you have to write in that context. New localism directly from the word is directly mentioned in the syllabus. Managerialism at local level, Tony Blair, the initiator of new localism, shift from old localism, but try to connect with democratic decentralization as well, because how new localism is more of managerialism rather than Gandhian view of local self-government. So, okay, not much problem. Right, some cities, metro cities, give some examples. New localism, lot of things are in news. Whenever some disaster happens, etc., people talk about this in newspaper. So no problem in uh, relating with the Indian administration. Every other year, every other month, there is some issue in our metro cities. Some when it rains, traffic, people will write articles about it and then forget it. So no problem in the content rating with paper 1, paper 2 and paper 1 writing public administration specific and current affairs. So new localism you can connect with new public management. Okay. Question 3, 5D, Gram Sabha aims to enlist community participation. Yes, direct question, no problem in understanding. A lot of content is there, Gram Sabha, but try to write 1 or 2 line on the reforms as well as recommended by ARC. Okay, lot of things ARC2 has talked about. Yes, pretty much writable questions. Question 5, identify the challenges and issues with GEM. Government marketplace, how government uses GEM for procurement of its goods from vendors to electronic procurement to ensure transparency, but you have to write the challenges, how there is lobbying, etc. Even they bypass the what motives GEM had for promoting competition, healthy competition in procurement of things government need to run the government. Okay. So yes, this is a bit of, we can say, current affair or contemporary type. Rest are pure public administration questions. We hope you will be able to link from the exact syllabus, not just be limited to the exact syllabus, but expand also, like link with the other aspects of paper 2 and paper 1 as well. So yes, pretty much straightforward questions, not much challenge. Let's move to question 6. Now CP grams for 20 marks. Yes, centralized public grievance redressal monitoring system does not effectively address local level issues. Yes, you can write, but writing public administration specific may become a challenge. So you keep this on hold. Let's check the other 2 questions. Do you think Aadhaar, one more contemporary, so Aadhaar initiative has promoted inclusive governance and administrative credibility? Yes, you can write, many things can be written, jam, trinity, etc. But writing in a structured manner for public administration may become challenging. So you can now safely assume, safely infer that question 6 is skippable, not attemptable. Though if you can write, it's not that this is the blueprint for everyone. We have emphasizing many times, every aspirant is different aspirant with different background, different learning things, understanding things. Some people may be comfortable with this, but in general parlance, I'll say it's skippable. So skippable. Now let's see, now what's the point of seeing 6C, but let's look at it. Smart policing and community policing programs have been initiated to address social technological challenges. Yes, many things for smart policing, even there is a full form for smart policing given by the Prime Minister. Community policing, just take those variables and write. So yes, pretty much adaptable, but for these 2, I can say skippable. Question 6. So let's move. Already you can select the 2 questions in section A, so you have to select 1. So even if the other 2 are very simple, you can select that. So as of now, we are banking on the 2 from the section A. So let's come to the question 7. Many elected women representatives in local government in India, especially from marginalized background, often struggle to govern effectively examined. Yes, pretty much doable question. Lot of content is there. Women in PRIs. You can also rate it women in urban local bodies as well. So lot of content is there. ARC2 has also talked about lot of things regarding women representative in local government. So and especially is talking about marginalized background. Even though there is a reservation in the local bodies, 33% minimum. So a lot of content is there. No problem in writing. You can attempt this. So you can Yes, is very much doable, attemptable. Question 7b. Budget is a pivot around which whole financial administration revolves. Discuss the social political implications of budget. Yes, you can connect with the entire budgetary cycle, no problem in content, etc. Specifically, public financial management chapter. A lot of things can be written, so no issues here with this. Also, but yes, relate with the this year's budget as well. That this fiscal year's budget. So you have a current connotation as well. How the tax structures have been rationalized. That no income tax till 12 lakh, etc. So that way. Yes, a lot of things can be written, socio-economic, political implications of the budget. You can also write how the bureaucracy was not ready for this reform. Even the finance minister that made a statement that it took time to convince the bureaucracy. Bureaucracy may think it is not rational, it is value-based decision, but we need rational-based decisions to run government efficiently. At the exemption of no income tax till 12 lakhs, so that way you can relate with Simon also. So yes, a lot of things to write. You can relate with paper 1 also, current aspects as well. So good question to attempt. So yes, 7A, 7B is very much writable. Now let's come to 7C. GPR, yes, GPR and good governance, basically administrative reforms since independence chapter. A lot of things to write. GPR, that is streamlining of processes, structure, behavior. That way you relate. A lot of reforms had happened in the current government's term, so that way you can relate with good governance. Many things can be written, holistic development, etc. Prime Minister's speech on Civil Service Day talks about this only, major reforms and GPR. So yes, current is there, etc. A lot of things are there to write. So very much attemptable question. Question 7A. Yes, very much doable, attemptable, interest question. All the checkbox are also clicked for. You should keep in mind while writing paper 2. So let's now, then I think we have finalized the 3. Let's look at the 8th question also. So metropolitan cities are providing major portion of national wealth. Okay. Yes, many things were in news, how cities contribute to the national GDP, how etc. A lot of things come in the newspaper, but their governance is fraught with intricate institutional relationship. That is the institutional jungle in local level. The relationship is not proper. You have to get many many clearances for doing any small work. So there is lot of digging, etc. In cities of Mumbai. It is metaphorically said, the city of Mumbai is always dug up that way because of agencies, etc. There is no coordination. So it is talking about the poor lifestyle in the metro cities, traffic congestion, etc. No redevelopment, slums, etc. So that many things can be opened up. Yes, very much doable question, writable. Lot of example is there. You can relate with the 74 amendment as well. Many reforms which ARC2 has recommended with respect to metro cities. Many things to write. Yes, doable. Now, training and capacity building represents different scope and objectives. Explain the key differences. It's a difficult question. Many times we were thinking training capacity building as interchangeable. Now they are asking specific differences, that too for 20 mark. Because of this, I will say it's skippable, not doable, not writable. So it's better skip this. So now artificial intelligence has emerged as an innovative tool to disaster management. Illustrate with examples. Yes, this can be written, only 10 marks. How disaster prediction, entire disaster management cycle you relate with. Use some specific examples which you have known, etc. You can relate with current affairs, etc. E-governance, etc. Digital governance. But for this question, it's skippable. So skip. So net. So which are the questions one can write in a holistic manner? Question 7. Question 3 and question 4, right? Yes, question 2. So question 2, question 3, question 7. So this Yes, sir. So this is ideally one should be attempting because it clicks all the checkbox relating specifically with the public administration syllabus of paper 2, linking with paper 1, not writing like GS2, and linking with current affairs. So if you click the 4 check boxes and write this question accordingly, you will score well. This is what UPSC expects from the the people who are writing public administration, and you are writing public administration, not GS2. Just bear in mind, you can score well. Question 2, question 3, and question 7. Rest the compulsory question were pretty much doable, and there too you can click all the 4 check boxes. So hopefully this brief session was helpful for you, and we'll be having soon a detailed discussion on each of these papers of public administration. I hope this helps, and like always, happy learning.